Okay, we're going to get into Padre baseball. Friday night, if you were watching the game, you may have wanted to throw your remote at the TV. The Padres get shut out at Coors Field 3-0. They had three measly hits. Kyle Freeland, who was 3-14 and a really high ERA, well over 5, went out there and toiled for 8 innings and gave up 2 hits and struck out a tying career high 10 batters. His record now 4-14 with a 5.10 ERA. I mean, that's just brutal. But I give the Padres credit. They came back on Saturday and they beat up on a guy that has no major league wins, McCade Brown. Okay, he was awful. Padres put up 6 runs in the second inning. They led 10-2, and then they had to hang on because it ended up being 10-8. Brown, an inning and 2/3, 5 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He was awful. Randy Vasquez, after his wife gave birth to their 5th child, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, gave up a homer to Hunter Goodman, but a good effort by Randy Vasquez, who's been pulled and twisted around all year long. Guy's done a good job. Got the win. His ERA under 4, eating up a lot of innings. Randy Vasquez, even though he's got a losing record, helped this ball club a great deal, in my opinion. And I think going forward, just let the guy pitch. Unless he's on fumes because he's pitched more innings at the big league level this year than he ever had. Let the guy go out there and pitch. Okay, by the way, Nestor Cortez down with an elbow. I don't know if Nestor knew he had an elbow injury, but they tapped him on the shoulder and said, Nestor, you got an elbow problem. You're going on the IL after that performance last week against the Baltimore Orioles. So I don't know if we'll see Nestor Cortez anytime soon. But the Padres won on Saturday 10-8. Good job, Fernando, a 3-run homer. Arise had 3 hits, couple of RBIs. O'Hearn 3 for 5, a double. My man Freddie Fermin 2 for 5, a double, 3 RBIs. Laureano, a 2 for 5, a double. Manny had a rough night that night, 0 for 5 and a strikeout, but Manny bounced back yesterday, 2 for 4, a walk, a 2-run homer in the first. Had 3 RBIs, also added a double. Padres won yesterday 8-1. Dylan Cease, yeah, he won a ball game on the road, folks. First win on the road for Dylan Cease this year. 7-11 ERA now at 4.71, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Earned 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Morejon looked good yesterday. Gave up a couple of hits and a walk, but man, he's throwing the ball great. 1.79 ERA. David Morgan came in. 1 inning, a couple of punch outs. And Ron Marinaccio, who got called up when Nestor Cortez went on the IL, an inning with a walk and a couple of strikeouts. And I went back, every time we've seen Ron Marinaccio, and not that he's going to be on the playoff roster, you never know if somebody goes down. But this guy's done a good job, done a really nice job. 5 2/3. So far, he's given up only 2 hits and had 7 strikeouts, hasn't given up a run yet. So a nice job by Ron Marinaccio. Yesterday, we actually had a Jackson Merrill sighting. He got hit in the ankle. Yeah, the left ankle, the one that kept him on the IL, he got hit with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball on Saturday. And then yesterday, he came back, went 3 for 5, a double, a home run. All in all, a good day for Jackson Merrill. Maybe that'll just get him going a little bit. My man Freddie Fermin, 2 for 4, a walk and RBI. And I went back and I looked at Freddie Fermin. There was a great article in the paper on Sunday talking about this guy's not used to, and I talked about it last week. And it's always weird how I talk about things on my show and then, I don't know, a few days later it shows up in the media. I appreciate all the media guys watching my show and getting good content, but I was talking about how Freddie Fermin, never has really been a guy that catches every day because he played behind what I think is probably going to be a Hall of Famer in Salvador Perez. I haven't talked to a lot of the baseball writers about it, but the numbers he's putting up in his put-up, and he's long in the tooth, and his career is winding down. He's had a hell of a career, and Freddie Fermin has learned under Sal Perez. And when Perez couldn't play, Fermin would play, for an extended period of time, but never real long stretches. And he's had to play a lot. And Mike Schultz said, hey, he's going to catch 4 out of every 5 games. Pavetta's going to be caught by Elias Diaz. They've got good rapport, and you got to give Fermin a little bit of a time off. And so he's going through a learning process, even though he's been in the big leagues for a few years, but he's 30 years of age. But it's more than just, playing. It's the physical and mental toll that it takes getting foul tips off your toe, off your hand. And he's doing a great job. He had a good weekend, and so far in 26 games, 83 at bats, he's hitting 277 as a Padre. Six doubles, a homer, 11 RBIs. He's a doubles guy, not a power guy, but he's doing a really, really good job. And I wanted to point that out. Cronenworth, another good day. Hey, how about Jake starting at shortstop yesterday? And Luis Ariz played second base. Get O'Hearn in the lineup. Get Sheets in the lineup. Sheets hit his 19th home run. Two-hit game yesterday. He got 63 RBIs. So whenever you can get those guys in is a good thing. And I thought it was interesting. Mike Schilt yesterday, when asked about Cronenworth playing shortstop and Ariz playing second, it was kind of, I don't know, kind of a backhanded compliment. Saying, well, you know what? Dylan Cease is a fly ball pitcher. What I read into that is they're not going to hit a lot of ground balls, even though Cronenworth made a great play going to his left. And we know Jake can play short, but it's kind of unfair. He hadn't been there in a number of years now, to where he started a game. I think it was back in 2022. Now he's filled in occasionally in the late innings and, extra innings type stuff. But I thought it was interesting. Mike Schultz said the reason they went with that lineup is because Cease is a fly ball pitcher. It made it sound like, you know what? We're hoping there's no ground balls hit because our guy normally throws fly balls. So, nonetheless, Padres win yesterday, 8-1. They had 15 hits after having 16 hits on Saturday. And at the end of the day, they beat a bad ball club. And it's disappointing they didn't have a sweep. They have a sweep, then they're tied for first today. So now they're a game back with the tiebreaker still and will be held by the Los Angeles Dodgers. How about the Dodgers? Can you believe what happened to them over the weekend? They gave up a walk-off homer, tie ball game, bottom of the ninth on Friday. Tanner Scott in to face the rookie catcher Basallo, or Basayo, I think they say it. And I was watching the game, and Ben McDonald, the play-by-play voice or color analyst for Baltimore, goes, "Hey, it only takes one big swing. Next swing out of the ballpark, Dodgers get beat 2-1." And then on Saturday, Yamamoto, we're watching this game up at the Memorial Coliseum. All Dodger fans, they're huddled, and everybody's talking about Yamamoto throwing a no-hitter. And he gives up his first hit is a home run to Jackson Holiday, so it's 3-1 with 2 outs in the ninth. Blake Trinan comes in, spits the bit. They bring in Tanner Scott, and he gives up a 2-run single with 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Dodgers get walked off a second straight day, 4-3. I mean, Dave Roberts has to be pulling his hair out. And then they came back. Ohtani hit a couple of homers yesterday, and they won 5-2. They got all kinds of problems behind the plate. Will Smith's out. Dalton Rushing got a foul ball off his knee the other night. Self-inflicted, I might add. He's on the IL. Dodgers are looking for catchers. They got guys right now behind the plate that probably don't belong in the big leagues, to be honest with you. And I know no Padre fans are going to cry about that. Not sure when Will Smith's coming back, but Rushing's actually on the IL. So Dodgers going to be back home tonight. They open up a series against Colorado. They got an interesting week. They got Colorado for 3, an off day, and then they got to go to San Francisco. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, I want to get out right now. And I want to get to Coach's Crew. We got a lot still to get done today. So let's get out to Coach's Crew. Everybody's got to have an opinion after this weekend. I can tell you this, and I'm going to get into the pitching matchups in a little bit.